TLC thought they had everything under control. They engineered the season 20 finale to perfection. A carefully crafted cliffhanger meant to leave viewers desperate, obsessed, hungry for answers. Every twist, every unresolved moment, every shadowed secret was designed to keep people glued to their screens. And for a moment, they probably congratulated themselves on a job well done. But they didn't count on two things: Janelle Brown and Mary Brown refusing to play along. Almost instantly after the finale aired, Janelle shattered their illusion. Interviews, podcasts, candid statements, she pulled back the curtain entirely. Suddenly, all the suspense TLC had painstakingly built crumbled into chaos. Executives reportedly panicked behind closed doors. Insiders described total mayhem. The rules of reality TV, stay silent, let editors shape the story, never spoil the drama, had been obliterated. And she did it without the slightest hesitation. Viewers noticed it immediately. The finale had made us believe certain conflicts were unresolved, certain relationships still fragile. But Janelle's words contradicted everything. Decisions presented as pending were already made. Outcomes that should have remained mysterious were revealed. She wasn't just speaking her truth. She was flipping the entire narrative upside down. And Mary wasn't far behind. Her social media posts, subtle yet devastating, confirmed what Janelle had said and revealed even more. Every calculated comment, every fan interaction, every like she left was a blow to the production team's control. Where TLC had spent nearly 2 decades managing the Brown family story, now 2 of its former stars were tearing that control to shreds. Reality television operates on a delicate balance, the illusion of authenticity. Every confrontation, every tear, every dramatic argument is meticulously guided, filmed, and edited to appear real. Producers craft tension, stage conflict, and sculpt narratives from hours of footage. This isn't documentary, it's engineered storytelling. And TLC has long mastered that art. Until now. By speaking openly, Janelle and Mary exposed the system. They revealed timelines, outcomes, and behind-the-scenes manipulations. Fans began piecing together inconsistencies. Reddit exploded with comparisons between the finale's staged tension and the reality Janelle was now presenting. Social media dissected every contradiction. Longtime viewers felt betrayed. The spell of reality had been broken. And TLC, despite emergency meetings and damage control attempts, was powerless to fix it. Meanwhile, Cody Brown floundered. Once the central figure around which every storyline revolved, he now appeared desperate, defensive, and disconnected. His interviews tried to counter the revelations, but each statement only highlighted the gaps between the network's crafted illusion and the truth the women were sharing. Social media users called it, Cody was gaslighting an audience that had finally gathered receipts. His attempts at control were not only failing, they were fueling the fire. And then there's Robin. Silent. Unmoving. While the other wives dismantled the carefully built narrative, she stayed quiet. Theories swirled. Her silence protects the narrative she benefits from. Her loyalty to production remains intact, but the contrast between her quiet and the other wives' rebellion only magnifies the drama. Christine's book added fuel to the fire, confirming patterns of manipulation spanning years. Guided conversations, staged conflicts, multiple takes to capture the perfect emotional beats. Everything Janelle and Mary revealed suddenly had a precedent. 3 former wives, 3 perspectives, 1 undeniable truth. The show has always been carefully constructed, and now, the control has slipped from TLC's hands. The fallout is unprecedented. Fans feel manipulated, outraged, betrayed after investing nearly 2 decades in a story that wasn't entirely theirs to witness. Ratings may spike in curiosity, but trust has been broken. Audience skepticism has reached levels unseen in the franchise's history, and the industry is watching closely, realizing this could redefine the balance of power between reality TV networks and their stars. Janelle and Mary's rebellion isn't just about spoilers or revenge, it's about taking back their narrative. They've proven that participants in reality television aren't powerless, that speaking one's truth can dismantle a meticulously engineered system. Production no longer controls the story, talent does. And for TLC, the question is terrifying. How do you rebuild credibility when the illusion is gone? How do you keep viewers engaged when the game has been exposed? For the first time in nearly 20 years, the Brown family saga faces a reality it cannot edit away. This isn't just a show. This isn't just a family. It's a wake-up call for reality television itself. And the shockwaves from this rebellion will be felt for years to come. TLC thought they had it all figured out. Every twist, every unresolved moment in Season 20's finale was engineered to perfection, designed to leave viewers desperate, obsessing over what would happen next. They imagined fans glued to screens, theorizing, speculating, completely under their control. But they didn't count on two things: Janelle and Mary refusing to follow the script. Almost immediately after the finale aired, Janelle tore apart the illusion. Through podcasts, interviews, and candid statements, she revealed what the show had tried so hard to keep hidden. What TLC expected to simmer for months erupted into chaos. Executives panicked. Insiders called it unprecedented mayhem. The unspoken rules of reality TV: stay silent, let the editors tell the story, never spoil suspense, had been shattered in an instant. Viewers noticed it immediately. The finale had portrayed uncertainty, fragile relationships, unresolved tensions, but Janelle's words told a completely different story. Decisions that seemed pending were already finalized. Outcomes meant to remain mysterious were laid bare. She wasn't just speaking her truth. She was flipping the entire narrative on its head. Mary joined the rebellion, amplifying the impact. Her calculated social media moves confirmed Janelle's revelations and added new details that made the production team's control unravel even faster. Every like, comment, and post strategically dismantled the story TLC had spent nearly 2 decades constructing. Reality television thrives on the illusion of authenticity. Every emotional moment, confrontation, and dramatic reveal is carefully orchestrated, filmed, and edited to appear real. Producers craft tension, stage conflicts, and manipulate timelines to maximize engagement. But now, Janelle and Mary had exposed the mechanism, letting viewers see behind the curtain. The illusion was gone, and the fallout was immediate. Fans quickly compared finale scenes with the truths Janelle was sharing. Social media exploded with side-by-side breakdowns, timelines, and contradictions. The audience felt manipulated, betrayed, and outraged. And no amount of TLC damage control could put the genie back in the bottle. Cody Brown suddenly found himself adrift. For 18 seasons, he had been the center, the axis around which every storyline revolved. Every conflict, every revelation, every emotional beat came back to him. But now, he was scrambling. Desperate statements, defensive interviews, contradictory posts, everything he tried only highlighted the cracks Janelle and Mary had exposed. Social media users weren't fooled. They had receipts, timelines, and first-hand accounts. Cody's attempts to control the narrative looked weak, erratic, almost pitiful. And then there's Robin. Silent. Watching. While the former wives tore apart the carefully built facade, she said nothing. Her absence was louder than any interview could be. Fans speculated endlessly. Robin remained loyal to the network, benefiting from the story as it had always been portrayed. Her quiet wasn't neutrality, it was calculated survival, maintaining a position that the other wives had now relinquished. Christine's book hit like a bomb. She peeled back years of production manipulation, confirming patterns of control, guided conversations, staged conflicts, and emotional moments crafted for maximum drama. The revelations weren't isolated, they dovetailed perfectly with Janelle and Mary's exposés. 3 former wives, each with unique perspectives, all telling the same story. The narrative fans had followed wasn't entirely theirs to witness. It was orchestrated, curated, and now exposed. The impact on viewers has been immediate and intense. People who invested years emotionally, speculating about relationships, rooting for resolutions, feeling heartbreak over moments they thought were real, now feel betrayed. Social media is flooded with anger, frustration, and disbelief. Engagement is up, yes, but the sentiment is overwhelmingly negative. Fans feel manipulated, and the trust that once held this audience captive for nearly 2 decades is gone. TLC scrambled, but it's too late. Emergency meetings, internal memos, potential legal strategies. nothing can undo the revelations. Once audiences see the mechanics behind the illusion, the spell is broken. Reality television depends on that suspension of disbelief, and now, it's shattered. The real shockwave hit when Janelle and Mary's revelations collided. Two voices, two perspectives, both confirming the same truths about the show's construction. Timelines manipulated, conflicts staged, emotions curated. It wasn't just a few mistakes or isolated incidents. It was decades of control, meticulously engineered, now completely exposed. Fans were no longer just viewers, they were detectives, piecing together what had really happened behind the cameras. Cody's attempts at damage control only made it worse. Each interview, each social media post, each defensive statement highlighted the gaps between his carefully crafted narrative and the truths the women were sharing. The man who once commanded the story had lost it entirely. Fans began mocking his contradictions, calling out inconsistencies, dissecting his every word. His authority had crumbled, and with it, the illusion that TLC had relied on for years. Meanwhile, Robin remained eerily silent. Her quiet made her presence feel almost strategic, like she was the only one still aligned with the narrative that benefited her. While Janelle, Mary, and Christine dismantled the constructed reality, Robin's silence only amplified the rebellion. Observers noted, her choice to stay quiet might protect her within the network, but it increasingly isolated her from the audience. The contrast between the silent and the outspoken wives became its own storyline, fueling speculation and debate across social media. Christine's book added the final layer. It didn't just validate the recent upheaval, it provided a historical blueprint. Every manipulative edit, every staged conversation, every reshot scene she detailed confirmed the patterns Janelle and Mary were exposing. Three former wives, three separate truths, converging to dismantle the facade. The cumulative effect was catastrophic for TLC's credibility and unprecedented in reality television history. Fans reacted with outrage and fascination. Years of trust, carefully cultivated loyalty, emotional investment, gone. Comments, threads, and posts expressed anger, betrayal, and disbelief. Some viewers called it a revelation, others called it a scandal. Either way, the show would never be seen the same way again. The narrative had shifted from a family drama to a story about power, control, and rebellion, both on and off the screen. And the industry took notice. The lessons were clear. Talent can reclaim the story, networks can be exposed, and viewers are paying attention. Janelle and Mary didn't just reveal the truth, they changed the game. Reality television would never operate exactly the same way again. The consequences didn't stop at social media. Every post, every interview, every revelation sent shockwaves through the entire franchise. Fans weren't just upset, they felt manipulated. Years of emotional investment, rooting for relationships, heartbreak over moments they believed were real, all of it suddenly felt orchestrated, curated, controlled. The trust that TLC had relied on for nearly 2 decades had been shattered in weeks. Viewers began questioning everything. Old episodes were replayed, timelines reanalyzed, interactions dissected. Every dramatic scene was scrutinized for signs of staging. What once felt authentic now looked like a carefully choreographed performance. Longtime fans were outraged, casual viewers were confused, and no amount of editing, spin, or PR could repair the breach. The illusion was gone, and once audiences see the mechanics behind reality television, the spell can never be restored. For TLC, the fallout was nothing short of a nightmare. Executives scrambled for damage control, emergency meetings, legal consultations, strategic messaging, but every attempt fell short. Janelle and Mary weren't just speaking, they were controlling the narrative. By sharing their own truths, they had taken power away from the network in a way that no contract or confidentiality clause could fix. The network's grip on the story had evaporated almost overnight. The ripple effects extended beyond the Brown family. Audiences began questioning other reality shows, wondering how much was genuine and how much was staged. Viewers became skeptical consumers, demanding transparency and accountability. The rebellion sparked by Janelle, Mary, and Christine had implications for the entire genre. Reality television, long assumed to manipulate without consequence, now faced a talent-driven revolution. Even the future of Sister Wives itself became uncertain. Could the show continue to engage viewers when its constructed drama had been publicly dismantled? Could the franchise survive without the tension that had kept it alive for 18 seasons? Every strategic move by TLC, from editing, to casting, to messaging, was now under a microscope, watched by fans who had learned the truth. The network could no longer assume control. And yet, one thing remained clear. The women had won this battle. Janelle and Mary reclaimed their stories, their voices, and their agency. They proved that reality TV participants are not powerless, that by speaking their truths, they can dismantle even the most carefully crafted illusions. Their rebellion wasn't just about spoilers or grievances, it was about challenging a system built on control and deception. The message to audiences was unmistakable. The era of unquestioned reality TV narratives may be over. In the end, the story isn't just about a family or a show. It's about power, control, and the courage to reclaim your own voice. Janelle and Mary didn't just reveal spoilers, they exposed decades of manipulation, forcing viewers to confront the reality behind the illusion. They proved that the stars of reality TV are not powerless, they can take back control, reshape the narrative, and demand their truth be heard. The consequences for TLC are staggering. Years of carefully curated drama, meticulously staged scenes, and suspenseful cliffhanger have been stripped of their power. Audience trust has been fractured. Fans are watching differently now, questioning every moment, dissecting every scene. The spell has been broken, and it cannot be restored. Cody's attempts to defend the narrative only highlighted the collapse of control. His contradictions and defensive maneuvers showcase the widening gap between the network's story and the women's truths. Robin's silence, once a strategy, now appears increasingly isolated. Meanwhile, Christine, Janelle, and Mary have united, intentionally or not, into a front that exposes manipulation with devastating clarity. This isn't just a shakeup for Sister Wives. It's a turning point for reality television. Networks can no longer assume talent will stay silent. Audiences are more critical, more discerning, and less willing to accept manufactured drama without question. Janelle and Mary's rebellion has set a precedent, one that could inspire other participants to speak out, challenge narratives, and take control of their own stories. For viewers, the lesson is clear. What you see on screen is never the full truth. And for the industry, the warning is even louder. Control is no longer absolute, and the rules have changed. The era of unquestioned storytelling in reality television may be over. Ultimately, this rebellion is about more than a single show or a single family. It's about truth, agency, and the power of speaking out, even when the system is designed to keep you silent. Janelle and Mary have rewritten the rules. And after their revelations, Sister Wives, and reality TV itself, will never be the same again.